I'm now going to talk about flutter pedaling, or before I actually get into flutter pedaling, let's just talk about fractional pedals. And I'd just like to introduce you to the concept of the 10 levels of pedal, which was coined, I think this term was coined by the Levines, the founders of the Juilliard School of Music and Drama in New York, their piano department, husband and wife team, Joseph and Rosina, who used to talk about the 10 levels of the pedal, where level 1 was the place where there was the least resonance, so the dampers were just barely off the strings, and that creates a halo of sound compared to level 10, which is the maximum resonance, where the pedal is down on the ground and the dampers fully away from the strings. Now you'll be able to see all of this in action with my damper cam, but let's just talk a little bit about the depths of the pedal. So I'm going to show you an experiment. I'm just going to take a chord. My foot is down fully, you'll be able to see that if you look at the small screen. I'm going to play a full chord and I'm going to release the hands and change the pedal very quickly. Did you notice when I changed the pedal very quickly, I did not damp everything because of the resonance that I made? Let me do that again, and you'll notice that the bass notes tend to linger longer than the upper notes. Do you notice? A lot of that is still very much alive, and preserving the bass note with the changing harmonies above is very much what we need to know, particularly in romantic piano playing, because composers capitalize on that fact that we can keep a bass note and change the harmonies above. Now let me show you again a similar kind of idea. I'm going to put the pedal down fully and I'm going to play my chord again. This time I'm going to lift my pedal very slowly until I notice the resonance starting to change. Lift, lift, lift. Look at the small screen. There we go. Do you hear? I've got minimum resonance, but I do have sustaining power and I have resonating power. That's the sweet spot that we want to foot mark. Every piano is different, this is the thing. And you may say, well, how am I supposed to do that if I go from my piano to another piano? How am I supposed to know where that is? One thing I will tell you is you'll get very good at, with experience, you'll get very good at finding it. So let's look at how we can gradually release the pedal rather than change it in black and white terms. Maybe I could just tell you a short story about one of my diploma students who came for a lesson with his Beethoven sonata and a marker pen, and he said, I'd like you to write in all the pedalings please for this so I know exactly what I have to do. And I was very aware that while I could mark in some pedals, I couldn't mark in all of them. Neither could I mark in how far down the pedal needed to go. In other words, the levels of pedal. Was it a full pedal? Was it a short pedal? Was it a late pedal? How long did the pedal stay at the top before it went down again? All these things are variables that we can't notate. I'm going to show you the beginning of the G Minor Ballade now, a piece that you'll probably know very well. And what I like to do with this is to start with my pedal fully down before I play, this is most important, so that the whole soul of the piano is opened. Now, keep the pedal where it is. And now in this cell, I'm going to begin to lift very gradually. I'm probably about a third of the way up. I keep lifting. Do you hear the sound thinning until I get there? Maybe a little pedal there to make sure the connection is good. Now if I do that at the correct tempo and stop talking, I think you'll hear a journey from dark to light. And I think I could do that a little better. I think I could probably clear a little bit more. You'd have to sit there and figure out how much and when you wanted to start the release, how much, how gradual. The alternative, of course, is to chop it up into short phrases, which I think is very far from ideal. Do something like this. Change, change. That's not acceptable. So the gradualness of the pedal release is what we're after there.